The way we set up your lead gen levers, the leads are coming to you. So they're organic inbound. We go through your database, agent brand authority builder, which is social media. I'll go through some of the lead gen levers that I think you should be focusing on. But first and foremost, we want to be able to generate high quality buyer and seller leads consistently. So while you're doing other stuff, leads are coming into your world.
The real estate industry has failed to create a clear path to time and money freedom. Having helped over 5,000 families in my real estate career and coached thousands of agents to scale their businesses, I know what works and what doesn't. And my goal on this podcast is to share it all with you, the good, bad, and ugly of building a highly lucrative lifestyle business so you can focus on what truly matters in life. You won't find any hype or fluff on this show, just real-world tactics and strategies that get results. You just gotta do the work.
All right, real estate business builders, let's get after it. This week, we're going to dive into the 4 skills every agent must have to set appointments at will. You will not make an unreasonable amount of money in a reasonable amount of time if you don't master these skills. Make sure you stick around to the end. They're not actually what you think they are. I'm going to do a real deep dive into what you need to work on and master in your business. So the question I have here as we're diving into this, are you predictably and sustainably setting enough buyer and seller consultations to crush your financial goals? If you're not where you want to be financially, it's likely that this is where you need to start, right? It's not rocket science. You're just not setting enough consultations to get where you want to get. This is worth a screenshot, this funnel looking thing. Give me more leads, give me more leads. And we're going to cover some of that today. That's the first skill you must master, the ability to generate high quality, organic inbound leads. So I'll definitely cover it, but that's what all agents are obsessed. Steps 1 through 5. Today, we're going to focus mostly on, the meaningful conversation. When you set the consultation or the appointment, are you doing it in a way where you're compelling them to meet with you? And do they actually show up at the consultation pre-sold on, and then more often than not, are you signing them to be clients? So we're going to focus mostly on 1, 2, and we want to make sure that they are going to meet with you. I want to go through the pre-appointment process as well. And this is literally how I think about business. When we did 453 sides, I had 10 producing agents. Everything on the tactical I'm going to go through today, even though I built a super profitable real estate team, tactically, it's all the same stuff. You may never want to build a team at all. You may not want to do that, but the tactics and the systems I talk about will be relevant. I also took an approach to not wanting to work all the time. You're selling more homes. You're probably working more hours than you want to. As the years ticked on, I was working less and less in my business and making not so much money at first when I first got into real estate on the hourly. This is my hourly income. I started out at $20 an hour my first 10 months. I wasted a bunch of money on stuff that didn't do anything for me. But then I got to 100, 150, 250, from 2010 through 2014, essentially, or 2013, it doubled 250 to 500, 2000 to 2000. I think I was over 3,000 actually. So a deliberate approach to making money. I've shared all these systems and tactics with, 10 years, been doing this. Multiple thousands of agents have been through our world. So this has been used probably closer to 1 million consultations, but conservatively 500,000 consultations, 250,000 families served. And I would say conservatively about $50 billion worth of real estate sales volume. So if you're coming into this training and you feel like you're just not getting traction, you're spinning your wheels, maybe you have a bunch of other stuff going on outside of real estate, or maybe like me, you're just distracted all the time by whatever, right? Social media, 24-hour news cycle, whatever. So this is a reminder that I am a squirrel chaser. I will chase anything if it means not having to do the actual work that I need to do. So maybe that's some of you. Or at the end of the day, there's just not enough hours in the day. You may be asking yourself if it's even worth going down this path. Is real estate sales even where you want to be? I will say there is hope. I'm going to dig into some stuff today that's going to help you quite a bit. So I'm going to lay out these 4 skills, and they're just as much systems as they are skills. So when you look back on that sort of funnel, generating leads at the top of the funnel gives you the ability to time block and have conversations with people, because the way we set up your lead gen levers, the leads are coming to you. So they're organic inbound. We go through your database, agent brand authority builder, which is social media. I'll go through some of the lead gen levers that I think you should be focusing on. But first and foremost, we want to be able to generate high quality buyer and seller leads consistently. So while you're doing other stuff, leads are coming into your world. The second thing is that even if you get a lead, it doesn't matter the lead source. Could be our FISBO program or open house or a referral or your neighbor. They may not be ready to do something right now. Do you have your nurture sequences and systems in place so you can nurture prospects over time? So when they're ready to meet with you, they're totally sold on working with you and you're the authority at that point. The third step is that we need scripts. You turn them into dialogues, they become part of who you are. When I called my database, I knew the script. I either wrote out a script or had a script pre-prepared because you want to be able to set consultations the same way every time. Before you meet with them, you want to send a pre-appointment packet, especially with the changes on the buyer side. We treat the buyer side the same as the listing side. Both of them get a pre-list packet, and that's going to massively increase your success rates. Let me do a little bit of show and tell here. If you haven't figured it out, I'll help way more agents grow their businesses that may never become private clients of ours. I'm going to show you some tools that you can start using right away, even if you never become a private client. So I'm going to kind of give you an inside pass here, but it's just easier for me to go through everything here than pull it up into a presentation. This is our $1 million agent method, the backstage of it. The first pillar here is leverage lead generation. The first skill you need to develop is building systems so leads come in systematically, sustainably, systematically. They're coming in from your database, social media, expireds, FISBOs, new construction, whatever your lead gen levers are. Outside of database and brand authority builder, we have 10 other lead gen levers. And we help you install 2 in addition to database and brand authority builder in our 13-week $1 million agent method. Then we have additional lead gen levers. And then you can see the appointment setting process. So I talked about lead management and nurture and the scripts and objection handling. And then the consultation framework includes the pre-appointment process. The reason why we're able to help consistently is that I view everything as a system. You need to ask yourself, when it comes to your database, did you actually build it out like a system? When I look at one of our process documents and all of the things that you need to do, memory joggers on how to build it, those sorts of things. When you have to go through the process of building a database, do you have an easy tool, a simple spreadsheet to use, some, database touch calendar? These are tools you will need to generate business from your database consistently. When it comes to agent brand authority builder, everyone, 99% of agents, are afraid of video. Ken Akasaki is probably the most talented guy I know on video. Do you have the ability to turn on the camera, know what to say and what some of the topics, the highest producing topics are? Do you have a calendar built out for your social media platforms? Do you know the proper cadence for social media? Right? To dive into one of these on Facebook, I post on Instagram and I push it to Facebook. You could choose a single platform and have massive success with it. So on the 555, you're going to like comments, post on your wall, send personal messages on Facebook. You're going to do the same thing on Instagram, same thing on LinkedIn. Whatever you have to build a system around it, right? So if you do something long enough, you will get results. And so systematically, you can't go into social media with this concept of, I'm just going to scroll, right? We want people to consume our stuff. So are you putting out good content? And then when you think about the additional lead gen levers, inbound and outbound, we don't do any cold calling, but we have a direct response system for expireds that's really, really profitable and powerful. Same thing for sale by owners, new construction, listing marketing maximizer. Once you take a listing, all of our systems are geared around taking listings. Once you take a listing, are you turning it into 5 commission checks? You're going to sell that home. You're going to help them buy their next home. You're going to get a referral from them. You're going to have a closed buyer off of a yard sign call or an open house, and you're going to get another listing in the neighborhood. With a listing lead gen focused approach, do you have these things in place? Open houses, we've got a system to do 250K on open houses. So yeah, am I showing off some of what we have? For sure. Social proof is kind of a dovetails into the database. But the process to get online reviews and what it could lead to, right? and even getting Google reviews. We've had clients come in and use this simple script. Let me give you a value bomb. This is something that you're either going to call, leave a voicemail, or leave an audio over Facebook Messenger. Hey there, Lars. Hope is well. And if you're calling them, you're just going to have some small talk. Hey, while I've got you, I have a favor to ask. Would you mind writing a Google review about your experience with me or what you know about me? Buyers and sellers are almost 100% focused on, social proof, meaning they're looking online for anyone they're going to do business with. If you're doing a contest, you can make it fun with a contest. I want to thank you in advance. I'm going to send you that link right now. If you could do me a favor and just leave it now, that would be amazing. Here is a trick. Make sure you're set up as a business here. Click on it. When you're logged in as yourself, you can hit this button. These two won't be here when you're reviewing someone else. Get more reviews. Then you copy this code, and that's the code you message them afterwards. Do you approach lead gen in this way? So in the broader training, when I'm talking about step one, generating high quality leads, are you viewing all of it like a system? Then we're talking about nurturing those leads, right? When you look at the appointment setting process, the first step is, and this is often overlooked, do you have email drip sequences, email and text sequences, right? If you have home search leads, or do you have lead management protocols? Or even when you get a buyer lead and they're not ready to go, do you have the right way to handle that lead and what to do in between and what to say when you follow up? These are things that are overlooked, but when you want to build a big business that serves you rather than enslaves you, they really matter, right? Even filling out a sheet when you're booking an appointment. Are you filling out a sheet and asking the same questions every time? All of these documents are documents that you'll need. And if you don't have them, you have to start building them into your business. So that's step number two, nurturing prospects. And then you have to have scripts, even if you're only working on your sphere of influence. Let's say you're just doing update on the market, right? So take this script, modify it as your own, but you're wanting to establish a database and build it and feed it and also call it 4 times a year. So if you're just calling for an update on the market, hey, what's going on, Lars? This is, Jack with eXp Realty. How is life going? How's the wife? How's the kids? There's been a ton of press around this soft market, and I just wanted to reach out and just give you a quick update on the market. Inventory here locally is this and this. And then you're going to shift to really great opportunities in the market right now, both for buyers and sellers. I was wondering, who have you talked to recently that's looking to buy or sell a house in the next month or so, or even had questions about real estate, right? So if you use this once a quarter with everyone you know, and if you don't get them on live, you're going to leave an abbreviated version of this. That's a system that you cannot fail in real estate. If you're calling everyone you know, that's my jersey coming out. What's that calling? I love the Google review script. I need your help. Would you leave me a 5-star Google review? When we first launched this, we have like 25. I'm out of that business now. I sold my real estate team, but we had 60 reviews when I launched the Google review system. I think we have like 2,500 now. It's ridiculous. We have a bunch of objection handlers as well in here. We even have this massive script book here. We have like multiple script books, but this has like 50 different scripts in it. If you want to build a business that is systematic and allows you to have an unreasonable amount of money in a reasonable amount of time, you definitely have to build out systems. And then this is the fourth skill that you need to develop, is that you need to position yourself as an authority before you get to the home or before you meet with a buyer. Having a cover letter saying, okay, this is what's included. You can take a screenshot of this if it's helpful. We have all of these documents here, our seller guide. I love this 10 questions. 10 questions you have to ask a listing agent before. All of these guides are included in Million Dollar Agent Method, literally as Canva templates, so you can just swipe and deploy them. Very cool. I want that to be the takeaway from this. Yes, these are skills, but they're all systems. The buyer packet, the pre-appointment cover letter. We even built this out on the buyer side. Once you set the consultation, you send out a pre-appointment letter and you include your home buyer guide. We had one of our new members print out this document. They set a consultation off one of our lead gen levers and didn't have their process in place yet. He literally just printed this out, went through it page by page and signed them And this is post NAR settlement, and sign them to a 3% buyer agreement. And I think he even got a transaction fee. This is just another document that you need to differentiate yourself in this market, especially now on the buyer side. These are in our packets as well. When we sign a new client, if they have kids, we get their kids to sign a buyer agreement or a listing agreement. And if they do all the things they're supposed to do, they get a $20 gift card, which is pretty cool. So the reason I premised all of this with a conversation and to show you all the things that go into it is that there are some of you that are for sure interested in having us come alongside you to help you build this out. And these are the same systems I used to sell a lot of homes personally. When I had 10 agents selling 453 homes, I had one agent who sold over 100 homes, and he sold insurance door to door before he worked with me. This is the blueprint. It's all about leverage lead generation. That's your database, that's social media, that's any other lead gen levers. Get them all running to 1 to 2 transactions per month, and then dial in your appointment setting process, which is the lead nurture sequences, which is the scripts you're using consistently. Are you qualifying those appointments the right way? And then the consultation frameworks are you sending out the pre-appointment packets? Are they pre-sold on working with you? Are you giving the same presentation the same way every time? And then, and only then, can we worry about leverage client care when you're way too busy, where you have to legit buy your time back. So if you know you want to take a next step with us, or even kind of look at what we do, there's never any hard sell in anything that we do. You're having some success and you know systems are your next step. $1,000,000agentmethod.com, that program, $1,000,000 Agent Method, is a 13-week implementation journey where we're heavily focused on pillar one, which is getting your database blueprint installed, getting agent brand authority builder, your socials squared away, and then 2 other lead gen levers. You'll get access to all of it. Really heavy lift is getting way more leads than you can possibly handle coming in. Then we'll put the nurture sequences into place. We'll put the necessary scripts depending on the lead sources that you choose. And if that's you, go to $1,000,000agentmethod.com. Much love, much respect. We'll see you in the next training. Be good.